Hello and happy Valentine's Day. It's also Real Estate Tip Tuesday. I have gotten the question a few times of whether or not I should get a pre-inspection on my house before listing it. And there are pros and cons to that. So first I'm going to go over the pros, which is now you'll know if there's anything wrong with your house. Because if you've been living in it for a few years, even if there's something small, you've probably gotten used to it and forgotten about it and don't really remember to disclose it when it comes time to filling out your seller's property disclosure. So if you get that pre-inspection, they're going to go through, they're going to look at all the systems, electrical, plumbing, all that good stuff, and they're going to bring anything to our attention, like roofing. Are there any missing shingles? Are there any leaking pipes? Things like that that you'll know about. So either you can fix those things before you go on the market, or you just sell it as is with the pricing is going to be reflecting that. So either way, you're going to have to disclose that information. So that would be the con, right, of getting an inspection ahead of listing, is that now you know you have to disclose all of these things, whether or not you've had them repaired. But here's the thing, it's only bad news once. So when I am taking my buyers out and we find a property that they like, the first thing I'm looking for is whether or not the seller's property disclosure has already been uploaded into the listing. This way I can go through that with my buyers, and when we are negotiating the offer price, or thinking about what price they want to offer, we're going to take those things into consideration, because now they know already, before they even go under contract, what's going on in that house. So we can, give a good offer accordingly, or structure the inspection and our objection timeline. So maybe the buyers won't need to do their own inspection if you've already pre-inspected it, and that's already done. So that's going to be one less hurdle you have to go through once your house is under contract. So as a seller and as a buyer, I like seeing that seller's property disclosure ahead of time, because that way we know what's going on. We know how to list the property. We know how to price it. And then the buyers know how to create an offer on it. If you don't do an inspection, then you're just going to have to go off of memory of all of the things that has happened with that house since you've owned it. Even if you fixed it, you need to write that down and say, oh, we had a leak in the bathtub, but we had a plumber come out and fix it, or, whatever the case may be. These are things that you need to disclose as a seller, but you might have forgotten about it. So could be beneficial to do an inspection. If it's an investment property and you are the seller and it's one of your rentals, I can't tell you. I would say like 99 times out of 100, there's a list and a little note in there from the listing agent that says the seller's not going to be providing a seller's property disclosure. They've never lived in the property. They don't know what's going on with it, which I kind of call BS, because if you own a property, even if it's a rental, your tenants, or even if you're using a property management company, your tenants are going to have told you what's going on, or the property management company. But if they haven't, like if the renters didn't say anything, now you're getting ready to sell the house, why not get an inspection before you go to sell it? So now you can say, all right, this is what's going on with it. We're not going to make any repairs, or, we're not going to give you a seller's property disclosure, but here's the inspection. So I think, some sellers and some agents are preparing their sellers to just kind of pass the buck on that. And, let's just let it be on the buyer to get their inspection, and then they can ask for what they want to ask for to be repaired. But that's just another negotiation point during the process of your contract too. So there's definitely pros and cons to it. If you are thinking about selling your home, then I'd love to have a conversation with you about why it might be a good idea to do a pre-inspection or not. Each case is going to be a little bit different, but more or less, moral of the story is you're going to have to disclose it. So you might as well find out what's going on. That way you can list it a certain way, and the buyers already know. And it might make it a pretty easier process through the contract. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, then send me a message, comment below, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.